So hi guys, I welcome you on this new storytelling thing. This is my first story which I'm going to record today. The name of the story is The Slander by Anton Chekhov. So there was a teacher. He was a school teacher. He was in his mid 40s or 50s. And let's take his name as something like A because I won't make you bored with Russian name because it's quite hard to pronunciate. So his name was A, and he was in his mid 50s or 40s, and it was his daughter's marriage. Everything was so great. People were laughing, enjoying, singing song, dancing, and all. So at the midnight, when this guy named A is basically old as man, and he was just going and checking everything, everything is being cooked or not. So he entered in his kitchen to see, yeah, how's my snacks are being prepared. So when he entered in kitchen, there was a woman named like particularly the cook whose name, let's suppose her name is Marfa though, and her name is, let's take her name as a Marfa. When he entered and when he asked Marfa, says cook, how's going everything, and when he asked when how's going everything, she said that everything is going great, and then he said, please let me see something which what you have up to, what you are cooking in a house, everything going, because there are a lot of smoke in that particular kitchen. Then Marfa, the cook, uh, let him in fact see all her snacks, and there's in Russia, zakuski means something related to meat or fish. So there is a fish named asyort, and it was big fish, and it was in on the table. And when this person, this teacher whose name is A, saw this fish being prepared, he could not resist. In the sake of what that happiness, he made this sound of kissing, like when he saw this fish in front of his, and he could not control himself basically, and he just said, "Wow, what a beautiful fish it is! What's great!" And he just said, and he just made this sound. And the same time, you know what? There's a guy named as Banking. Let's take his name as C. A means the guy who is in his mid 50s, who is getting his daughter married, and the woman who is in the kitchen as a Mafa, and now this third person came, and he just वो पीछे से देखना होता है ना, like he just came and saw and heard this sound of kissing, and so he suddenly said, "Hey, A, whom do you kissing?" Or, "Hey, Marfa, whom do you kissing?" And then he said, "Oh, Mr. This A. Oh, Mr. A, you are kissing Marfa? Means you are kissing your cook person?" At that time, he was shocked. He could not comprehend what's going with him. When what's these boys and girls are, what these people are talking, and he was bit. He was in the dilemma how to respond, and he just gave a small smile despite feeling bad. And when he came out of that particular kitchen, he found that that guy who saw him, who told him that you are kissing Marfa, he saw him talking with some ladies and smiling. Then this teacher, his name is A, he was feeling that these people are talking about me and they're just laughing, and all these humans, all these men are just believing this guy that I was kissing this cook person of mine. So it was quite hard for him. He was a bit ashamed. He was feeling bad. It's quite hard. Then, you know what he thought, and what he did. He thought here, before he telling everyone that I kissed, and he spreading this rumor, I'll tell everyone that this happened. So there was a person, and he was basically a guest from France, and he just went to him and I said that I was doing one thing happened, one funny thing happened in kitchen. This guy came and I was just kissing my fish over pleasure, and this person was the person was telling me that I was kissing my cook. At that time, everything, and he started telling this to everyone in the fear of that guy is telling about him to that person A. He spoke, he told everyone beforehand. So this happened, and soon party got ended and marriage was over. After 1 week, his principal, when he came out of his class, basically this guy whose name is A is a teacher teaching in a class. When he came out of class, his principal, his director, came to him and said, "Hey, mister, could I take you 2 or 3 minutes?" Then he said, "Yeah, obviously." Then first of all, he started saying, "So it's not so this professor, this teacher is this principal is telling to this teacher." Principal is telling to this teacher, "Hey, I don't mind your business. I don't want to get involved in your life, but if you are kissing with whom you are kissing and with whom you are living, I don't. It's really none of my business. But let me tell you, please don't forget that you're a teacher." At that time, when this principal said to this teacher, he was again astonished. He didn't know how to do, what to do, how to respond. Like he felt like it's his last day. Like he was inhaling his last breath. Everything was totally hard for him. So he came out of school and he just went to his home. At the home, other stuffs was waiting for him. When he was not eating, because he was thinking that why this principal told me all this thing. Then his wife says, "Hey, why you are not eating today?" He was silent. Then said, "You're thinking about your love? You're thinking about Marfa, the woman, the cook person?" And she slapped him on the face, and he was quite bad. One of the worst phase of his life, and he didn't know what to do. So there is in Russia, there is a clothes system, where you because there is winter, so obviously people are always wearing their coats and all. So at that time, when his wife slapped him, he didn't know what to do. He just he didn't wore his blazer and all, and he just went to that guy who was supposed to tell everyone about this thing happened, with the guy who knocked at the door when people were in kitchen, and he saw everything. So when he went to his Bunkin's home, the guy who saw him kissing the fish, or he was telling that you're kissing with Marfa. So when he entered his room and he was saying, "You're a weirdo, why did you tell everyone?" At that time, this guy started praying to his God that if I have, and even he said, "If I have done it, please God punish me." At that time, the teacher understood that he had not told anyone about anything at all. And at that time, he realized that he was not the guilty. Now, and in the ask, Chekhov asked to all the readers, that now you tell me, who was the spreader, who there is a word for that, who made this thing, who led this thing to go to the principal and to the whole public. So this is a short story. I was not able to do it properly, but it was great, and it's great. So I found that we should be learning from it. So our professor was telling that Chekhov was a great person at all, and this story has been written 100 years back. Like Chekhov died in 904, so this story is classic. It happens with us in our own life, that we are constantly thinking about other people's opinion, other people's thing, and we try to justify. So only wisdom which I have got from this story, that you don't need to justify at all. Sometimes you do, but most of the time, no, you don't need to. So this was the gist of whole story, and it's upon me. This is how I perceived. I don't know, after reading this story, you will perceive in different way. So this is how I perceived. So yeah, it was great, and I just wanted to share with you all. So thank you for watching, and on the next week we'll try our best. I'll try my best to come up with a new story in a better way of expression. Thank you. See ya.